Hey guys, this is Flucky. It's my first video. But into the topic of this video is just Activision in general. Well, more specifically, Call of Duty. I and many other people feel like Call of Duty has lost its charm. And that is due to many things that I'm going to be talking about. And I know I don't have any voice, so nothing I say is going to matter. But it's good to look at what really went wrong. I feel like the main issue is the greed. Ever since 2018, 2019, they started to cater towards the casual audience. And that's not to say that you and I don't like cool skins and battle passes, but I mean, in my opinion, I don't. But funnily enough, I think everything started going downhill once they stopped charging money for DLCs. Another reason I think is motivation. I saw a tweet yesterday from Mr. Tulexify saying indie game devs or single game devs are better than AAA studios. And to an extent, that's right, because the single game devs don't really have it. They don't have much money, so they're hungry to make a great product. The AAA studios already have billions, especially something like Activision, so they aren't really motivated to make a better game. And I'm not even blaming Treyarch here, because it isn't really their fault. It's Activision's, because Activision is, at the end of the day, the shot caller. So anything Activision says is what inevitably goes. Honestly, I feel like they had the formula down in Black Ops 2. They weren't doing all these crazy cartoon skins. And don't get me wrong, some of the skins that come out today are cool, but the price is kind of a lot, especially considering how many different skins they're releasing. It's insane. But in Black Ops 2, they sold camos that you could buy pretty cheap, and they would apply to every gun. It was awesome. I actually really liked that system. And of course, DLCs costed money. I feel like if they reverted to a system like that, they'd be perfectly fine. And I know I'm all over the place, but another thing is they're trying to be too innovative in spots that they don't need to be, such as movement and leveling systems. I feel like the core of the games that were good was what made them good. Like the pick 10 system, the original prestige system, the original movement. And I think they're trying too hard to make a new game when in reality it can be done in things other than movement. I will admit though, Black Ops 7 does feel like a different game because it has the wall jump, but I feel like there's many more factors as to why it feels like a new game. Like for example, on Black Ops 6, even though Omni Movement was this grand new thing, I didn't really see many people using it, maybe a couple times to get around a corner. But other than that, people didn't really use it as much as you'd think. And on the topic of Black Ops 6, the first month, 2 months were amazing because they were constantly like giving updates. Nuketown was coming out, and it was an overall fun game, and it actually had somewhat of charm to it. But that all went away once they started like milking every single IP that they could and throwing it into the game instead of focusing solely on how we can make content physically better. Not just the way your character looks, but like what this map looks like, what these guns are, and everything. I'm actually really hopeful for Black Ops 7, considering that they listened to people's concerns about skill-based matchmaking, disbanding lobbies, so when you're in a lobby and the game ends, you stay with everybody in that game, which was something that was small but very powerful in the old games. Like it was mostly funny, but it was a great thing to get back and trash talk with like people and then be in the same game with them. But as someone that loves zombies, I'm gonna talk about that now. Black Ops 3, I would say, was the peak of zombies. Engagement wise, everybody was watching zombies videos. Everybody was tuning in for Easter egg hunts, and it felt like there was a community to it. Black Ops 4, kind of the same, but Fortnite was around, and there was apparently a lot of cut content for Black Ops 4 that never came into fruition, whether it be for technical reasons or time or money. I don't know, but from what I've heard, it was supposed to be even better than Black Ops 3. With that being said, I feel like we took Black Ops 4 for granted, considering what we have now. Now, Cold War actually wasn't even that bad to me. Maybe I'm just saying that because I played with friends on Cold War and it was actually fun. But in terms of core zombies gameplay, I think the last good game that we got was Black Ops 4. And I think part of that was with the operators thing. You could have. I know Nicki Minaj wasn't in Black Ops, wasn't in Cold War. But for example, you could have Nicki Minaj running around on D Machine. And it kind of ruined the immersion. And there was no set cast, so there wasn't really a story. Although they were trying to tell a story, but it wasn't a story similar to the story that made zombies great. I think the maps of Cold War were lackluster. The game was alright. I actually thought it was pretty good. But the maps were just copy and paste, just maps of different facilities telling you what to do, where to go for power, instead of leaving it up to the player to figure it out. And with Black Ops 6, they even had a directed mode, which is fine that it's a separate mode, but it's like they're holding your hand through the whole process of what originally made zombies so good. What made zombies good was everyone wondering, what happens if I do this? Are there mysteries to this? What can I find on this map that other people might not know about? But now they just hand everything to you. Systems like mantling, weapon rarity, and the perk prices just going up exponentially rather than every perk having its own price led to the downfall of zombies as well. Those are all things Cold War introduced. And in my opinion, mantling, although it's not as big of a change as some may think, and some may even see it as a positive change, I just feel like mantling doesn't fit well in zombies. Same thing with the Omni movement. Yeah, diving is fine, but like diving backwards, and especially in Black Ops 7, you can not wall run, do the wall jump in zombies. It doesn't feel right, because you can go from like, say, I was on farm in the beta, you could go from the porch of the main house and then jump off the wall and get to the top where the box used to be in the original. And I don't know, it just feels weird for zombies. I am somewhat excited for Black Ops 7 though, because it feels like they're trying to make changes. People say that's for Battlefield 6, but for whatever it is, they're doing the changes. And that's a great thing because although what is it called? The classic mode, it's not really classic. It's just taking away features and bringing back old features. It's not like a full classic experience. We don't want a separate mode necessarily, and that many people may think that's a good idea. But we don't want new people having to have these easy experiences. And I'm not saying I want them to have bad experiences, but I'm saying we all had to grow up on start with a pistol, perk limit, perk prices were set for each perk, no weapon rarity system, etc. And when you take those systems out of zombies, well, not take them out, but for the most part, take them out or change them, it kind of ruins what made zombies zombies. With that being said, I am hopeful for Black Ops 7 because the original crew are back, but not all the same voice actors. But I think there still would be a operator system, if I'm not mistaken. It might be locked to a cast, or they might do it like Black Ops 6, where if you choose the operators from the cast, you get specific voice lines for that map and stuff from the cast that you wouldn't get from operators. But either way, that's a good sign. Also considering that the new map is going to be a transit, not really remaster, but a rethinking of it, I guess. And I hope Ashes of the Damned is successful, not only in the sense that it's fun, but in the sense that it is successful in bringing people back to zombies and bringing excitement. Because in the old days, I'm pretty sure it was the Moon Easter egg that got leaked or something. But in the old days, it was all mystery. Nowadays, things just get leaked and people are cheating through everything. So it like kind of ruins the mystery, which is another reason why people, I feel like, got turned off from zombies. But I hope Black Ops 7 can somehow try to preserve the mystery factor of zombies. With that being said, I think that's going to do it for today. Sorry this video was all over the place and kind of sucked, but it's my first video, and things will get better. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.